In the studio with D3. D3, ladies from Ireland.
Hello.
All right, let's go right to left, get the names, and then we're going to start from there. That's okay. But my right got the camera in it, so I can't put my right up.
She's trying to say that she's blonde and that she would know this.
Okay, from blonde to brunette. Okay.
I'm Laura.
I'm Louisa.
And I'm Regina.
Okay.
And we are
D3.
All right, D3, where the name come from? Fans want to know.
Just basically it stands for Dublin because that's the city in Ireland where we're from.
Where we're based.
So,
yeah, and it's a long journey. We did have a different name. We have our fan base in Ireland to consider, but we originally started out as a 5-piece, and our music was quite different and things of this nature. So we feel like we've shed a skin, and we're at a really good time in our career, and we're at a really good place. So we decided we'd start fresh, break anew, and come up with a new name.
And a simple name that's catchy, and as well, when sort of people hear it, you go, oh, D3, is it a girl band? Is it a boy band? So it sort of makes people want to look and find who you are and find out information, because when you hear it instantly, you don't know what it is. So it makes people go and look you up. So that's a good thing as well.
Nice. Nice. Okay, Ireland. You're Ireland. You're from Ireland. You're here in Los Angeles now. You hooked up. You on boot camp. What brings you guys? What brings you to boot camp? Big Shane.
That's it. Talk to the guy in charge.
Well, we were here last
Look, I was about to go over there and pan over to him, but.
we were here last year, and that's when we met the gentleman over here in the orange. You can't see him, but he is there. We met Shane, and we started talking and discussing things, and then it's just been then a process of going back and forward, and obviously because we're from Ireland, so we had to go back home and stuff, and then things just start building from there. So then we came back over.
But it's really, really great because he understands where we're coming from.
Yes.
And
it's difficult to find someone like that.
Yeah. Well, Shane has a good name in the industry. He's good people, so you guys did land in good hands. I know that personally and for sure.
It's good to work with someone though who listens, because I think a lot of times when you're with people, they sort of don't listen to
their
the
way
artist,
or the highway.
And I think it's good. We listen to him and he listens to us, and then everybody takes everything on board, and then we can get the best from us and the best from boot camp, and then we can give our best as well, because I think when if we said we wanted to do it a certain way and he was like no, and if he wanted to do it a certain way and we were like no, it just wouldn't work. There wouldn't be a balance. But where everybody listens to each other, you get a balance, and then you get the best, I think, of everything.
Okay. So, sounds good. Yeah. Sounds good. Okay, let's see. D3, Ireland. So is this you guys' first album you're working on? Have you guys had a single out? What's the business with that?
Yes, this will be our first album that we're going to do, but we did have a single back in Ireland which we released, and it was top 10 hits, and did really, really well back home, and still the odd time it gets a little bit of radio play.
Right.
Back home.
Oh, so you guys still getting radio play right now back home?
Yeah. A little bit.
And we performed quite a lot.
Yeah.
We done it old school.
Yeah. We started, I think that's what's unique about us, is that we're very old school about it. We started grassroots. We put ourselves together. We started performing anywhere we could because, like a few attractive women, we had people saying, oh, they'd give us this single deal or this deal straight out of the box. And our question was, why would someone do that? It must just be because of marketability, because we had no performance history. And we said, if we're going to do this, we want to do it right. When we get signed and when everything goes well and we start releasing things, we want to know what it's like to perform. We want to be confident performing with each other. We want to know everything about the business. So that's why we started grassroots. We cut and released our own music. We've seen the whole production of the whole system of how a CD actually gets sold into a record store. How does your CD actually get on the shelves? And how does that work? And what percentage do you get for publishing, for writing your lyrics, as opposed to someone else releasing a song for you? And what percentage do people get for production? And what's an appropriate percentage for a manager or for your label? Things of that nature.
You need to know.
You have to know, or someone will take advantage
exactly.
of you. So we started grassroots, and I think that's why the people in Ireland appreciate it so much, and why we appreciate Ireland so much is because where we started. And we worked very hard, and that's the point to where Boot Camp has a presence in Ireland, and we were quite pleased for Shane to extend a welcome to us, and we're just having a very good time with this partnership.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
And I think for us as well, like us traveling around, we've done Ireland a couple of times, and I think for us it was so important because, I mean, when you go on stage, like, things happen, they play the wrong song, your mic doesn't work, there's like a pause for a while. So I think you need to learn how to sort of interact with a crowd, first of all. So, if there's, an electronic problem that, your track doesn't come on straight away, that you can talk to the crowd and stuff like that. And
Crack a
if you're,
joke or
yeah,
something,
and if the wrong song comes on, you know your routines, you know what your spacing is, so you can just go straight into that routine and stuff like that. So I think it's so important because I think when a band is put together, I mean, first of all, we're females, so, females are catty, so I think when you put strangers together, like, they might work individually, but they ain't necessarily going to work as a group. But because, like, we know each other now so long, we know each other in and out, so I think that's what makes us work, because we know each other, we know each other's strengths, but also we know each other's weaknesses, so we know then how to get the best from all of us. Because, I mean, it's one thing to know everybody's strength, but if you don't know their weaknesses, well, then you will sort of see flaws and, sort of cracks, coming through an act. So I just think because we've got a good bit of experience, that's what makes us different. Yeah, big difference.
Okay.
Huge.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that you guys are a group, what's your individual backgrounds as far as in the business or as far as singing? Were you guys in church singing? Were you in talent shows? Were you, and then came together, or what?
Well, I'm the rapper in the band.
Okay.
Believe it or not. So I have been rapping since I was 14, and
Who's your favorite rapper?
I also actually had a little meeting with Simon Cowell a few years ago when I was 17. And we recorded a song, but it fell through, so
Yeah, that wasn't your fault, though.
No, that was their fault.
The management.
Okay.
That was just the management fault. But then I'm a model as well back home. Did a bit of that, and I'm a dancer as well. So.
And you've been dancing since you were.
I've been dancing since I was 6.
What kind of dancing, like?
I've done everything. Irish dancing.
We won't talk
about that though, because that doesn't mean anything. I've done tap, jazz, ballet, hip hop, and freestyle, which is kind of not like freestyle, like breakdancing or anything like that. It's kind of
Contemporary, is it?
disco dancing, if you know what I mean. It's like jazz ballet, but sped up to
Right.
Jive,
dance
jazz,
music.
modern.
Okay, like my
music. Let's just
my
say.
partner in my magazine, he's a choreographer for like Usher, Jennifer Lopez, Chris Brown, everybody, right? So he's on stage every time they're on stage. He's in the videos. He's on stage doing a choreography, doing dancing with them. Is that the kind of stuff you do, like behind
And do you
the
have
person?
his card?
Yeah, he's my partner in my magazine.
You gotta
He's
hook
my-
us sister up.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying. Hook us up. No, that's exactly
That's the type of dancing we do.
choreography
Yeah.
and Mike and that we do.
Okay.
Like Sierra, Chris Brown,
Right.
things like we love it. And that's kind of dancing that we do anyway.
Okay.
Our music is like pop R&B
has to be
music. It has a
something
lot of
dancing,
soul and. I think that's unique as well, because even Destiny's Child to an extent wouldn't have been breaking it down on every
Exactly.
single track. A few of on their last album they did a bit, but it's good to see a girl band who can sing and rap and write and dance. And I think for a girl band or a boy band, that's a unique feature. You have to be able to dance, I think.
Right.
I mean, unless you're doing more of a gospel background where it's you're a vocal group instead of a girl band, you need to be able to put it down.
You're right.
And you can.
You're
I
right.
think your dance experience has been very broad, which is a good thing. Like, she's done everything.
I've done
it's not
a-
just
yeah.
one thing. It's not just like hip
I
hop
used to be
or
a little backing
tap,
dancer
but
for a few.
you have a very good dancing background.
But I think all of us have done that as well.
Yeah.
Like I started out at the age of 4 and I did ballet and jazz and tap and contemporary dance. And then when I was in college, I started doing more hip hop classes as opposed to just with my friends and stuff at parties and things. I started getting more structure to it. And I think Laura as well has been dancing since she
For
was young.
me, though, I think like where Louisa and Regina would have done a lot of classes and stuff, like I didn't, because in my family we wouldn't, like Regina wouldn't come back from a very wealthy family either. But I think when you were in college, you've done some stuff, whereas when I grew up, I done like a few small dance classes, maybe locally, but I've been dancing from about 2 or 4, but I don't have any, let's say, training as they call it, but I can move. Yeah,
Move.
and I've always been singing, but I didn't have the confidence maybe to say, when people go, can you sing? And I used to go, yeah, I can hold the tune. And I think as I grew up, and then when I met the girls, then people would be like, they brought out the confidence in me. They were like, you can sing, so I don't know why you're saying, well, him and Han. So I think the more I was with them, the more confident I got, and the more I was like, okay, yeah, I can sing.
Right.
So I think we've all been doing it from a young age, and we've been going hard at it together as well. So
years,
yeah.
And we
Going
all have a
hard.
different mix or background. Like for myself, I'm the youngest of 7 children, so I grew up with loads of different influences in the house. There was like jazz, there was contemporary music being played, a lot of jazz, a lot of Miles Davis and stuff. And then with my older brothers and sisters, there was tons of disco, which I love, and that influence still comes through in me when I'm listening to beats and production. I love hearing like some Evelyn Champagne King or Earth, Wind and Fire, or all of these kind of disco beats and stuff. I really like the bass in them. Really, that stayed with me to this day. And then I have this very, like sort of modern look on things. For my own age, I quite like a lot of rock, a lot of indie rock, The Killers, Arctic Monkeys, Kaiser Chiefs, along with something like Pearl Jam or Nirvana, these kind of things. There's a lot of soul in rock music, and I personally think rock and hip hop are one of the only music genres left where people actually truly express themselves, do whatever they want, and talk about really what's happening in the streets. And I can appreciate that in another music genre like rock as much as I do with hip hop. And so of course I like hip hop as well. Sierra would be a personal favorite of mine that's out right now. But I quite like the Chris Brown, Pretty Ricky, these male vocal groups as well. There aren't actually a lot of female groups that I like, but solo artists like Keisha Coles, things like that, I feel.
That was like one of my next questions, to see who was pretty much biggest influence, or who did you guys idolize growing up. But first, before I get into that, now that you opened up another window, I've done interviews with like ACDC, Guns N' Roses, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
She loves them.
And right now, we're not really in negotiations, but I'm well connected with ACDC, real, like the people that wrote Back in Black and all that, the original. So, and they're trying to do a collaboration with a rap group that I was trying to hook up. But I'm thinking, shoot, maybe with you guys doing a collaboration, that might go over even better, because nobody's done that.
I'm originally from Vegas. Vegas is a very rock town, and I think people know that now because the Killers have emerged, but I love me some AC/DC. I think AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, like Robert Plant, I personally think is one of the best male vocalists there is. AC/DC have some of the best written rock songs that you will ever find. Yeah,
the guy that I mess with, Chris Slade, he's the drummer in AC/DC, and he was one of the writers on Back in Black, and that's what they want to do. They want to do a remake on that.
Oh, Back in Black?
Yeah, and they trying to get into the studio and do that.
I love them. I love them. Any opportunity to work with someone like that.
Yeah, that's Hall of Fame. That's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame right there.
That's Aerosmith and Run DMC, and it's D3 and AC/DC, and it rhymes, so it's meant to be.
That's okay. Let's see what we can do with that.
And that'd be a hot video.
Yeah.
Oh,
we can add the sexiness to it.
Sometimes people have to take their tops off. Things happen.
Don't worry,
videos.
See, you guys gonna draw extra men crowd along with they girl crowd.
No, never girls.
We're good girls.
We're good Irish Catholic girls.
Really now? Okay, now let's go back to the question on idolizing. Who do you guys really like? Whose music do you like? What kind of music? And we got one individual.
Well, I grew up just being in love with Michael Jackson. He was just
Black Mike or White Mike?
Black Michael. I'm not too fond of the white one, but no. He was definitely my idol through his dancing and just his whole persona is just amazing. And then I would say I'd go on to liking TLC, Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown. I like the Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah, Salt and Pepper.
Oh yeah, oh my God,
Yeah.
Salt and Pepper. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot about them. Ever since I was a kid, I've been listening to them, and I just think because they sang about nasty things, well, not real nasty, but just because they used to talk about sex, I used to be like, God,
great.
I used to go around like just talk about sex, and I used to think I was being real bad. Like,
Wow.
but they would be my big influence, I have to say.
And I have to say, it was myself and another former member of the group who started the group that eventually became D3, and we were helped by some people in the Irish music industry. But one of the auditions we have where Louisa came in, and the other girl didn't want to pick Louisa, and just had it stuck in her head that it wasn't going to be right that she was a white rapper. But I loved her because she came in, this Irish girl, you know, just
and she's stunning.
big eyes and everything, and you know, I was expecting her to come out with one of these ballads like most of the girls did in these Irish auditions, because ballads are very big in Ireland and UK. And the first thing she did was just break out in a rap, and it was fantastic. And then I asked her to do something else, and she did another Salt and Pepper one, and I was blown away. I really liked it, so I'm glad Salt and Pepper was.
Thank you, Regina.
No, I'm glad Salt and Pepper was an influence.
Thank you, Regina, for picking me. That's all I can say.
It translated.
Oh, when we got told we were in the group that was a good way to be told.
Good moment.
My influence, the love of my life, is Tina Turner. Oh my God, I love her. I grew up listening to her on a Saturday when my mom would be, you know, out washing the windows. She'd blast her on. Oh my God, I love her. I'd say that's one of my dreams, would be to meet her. And then I grew up then listening to Gene Pitney, so he's totally different. And then I love the Stylistics. So my 3 albums when I was like, I'd say between like 4 and 8, I was listening to Gene Pitney, the Stylistics, and Tina Turner. And then I like Neil Diamond as well, so I like some different people. But then now, like I love Britney Spears. I think I love her. I think as a performer, she knows her craft. Vocally, Christina Aguilera, and then I also love Brandy. I love the tone of her voice. I just think her voice is very different. Like when she comes on, you instantly know her. And then I love Neo as well.
Yeah.
I think I wore his
But you
album.
know who's really hot, who y'all left out?
Who?
Pink.
Yeah,
that's my girl.
I like Pink when she
That's
was
my
R&B,
girl.
and then she went
Yeah.
rock.
That's
I like R&B.
That's the
Pink.
thing, though. I loved Pink, and they'll know that I was all about Pink on her first album.
Like, I have her
there
first
you
album,
go.
and then
Look
that
at
was it.
beautiful. I was all into it. I was like, hey, girl, got the flavor. And then as she transitioned into rock a bit, I was still feeling it. I have to say, I was still feeling it.
Pill was good.
Yeah, well, you know, like a pill. I really like. There's quite a lot of soul. But to me, it's a foggy, like, place she's in right now. Even though vocally she's always still bringing it.
She can push it out. Oh my God, live she can push it.
I still really favor that type of vocals with R&B.
Right.
I still favor that over the rock. And like I said, I'm someone who loves rock.
Yeah,
Absolutely
really
loves
does.
it. You give me some Patti Smyth or something like, I love rock. You know, I'm putting on my black nail polish and rocking it out.
She just took it off.
Yeah, I actually did.
Shane didn't like it.
I don't favor her vocal. I favor her vocals on R&B as opposed to the rock or, you know, what she's doing right now. But she's a fantastic vocalist and just seems like a person with a lot of creative energy. And that's hard to find, someone who just has broken that shell and knows herself really well and just will do whatever she wants.
Right.
So
I think there's some good, like, there's not loads at the moment, but I think, like, even girl groups at the moment, I think Cherish are good.
Yeah.
Cherish
Yeah.
Yeah, and Danny Kane as well.
I like Danny Kane.
There's something and it's something that I like about us, when you see someone performing or singing, that you're waiting for them to just literally grab you and pull you into them.
Yeah.
A bit of a spark, something more. Not just, you know, looking good and the makeup's done well and the song is produced nicely. There's got to be that X factor. That's something. And that's what I like about us, and that's what I'm finding missing, is that group, or, you know, that girl group that are just all around it, and they're just like, whoa, and you just want to see them, and they got the attitude, and they're smiling, and they have that little extra chemistry that makes you want to get involved with them, a little bit of a spark to them. And I think that's where our niche is.
Even when we sort of first came out, people were like, back home, they were like, there's just something about it, just, we don't know if we like you or not yet, but it's just when you sort of see you sort of walk on, you sort of go, okay, I think for some reason I want to actually stand there and see what you're about to do. You know, like sometimes when people walk on, people are like, oh, whatever.
Oh, look at them.
That's the way they are very much so back home, but we found people were like, for some reason, we just did tend to pull them in, and they did stay there and they did watch us. I don't know, it's because when we're together, we pull something out of each other.
There's synergy. There is. The sum of the group is more than the individuals. When we're together, there is a synergy.
Right.
People.
There's a lot of different, I mean, it's 3 different personalities, so it has
Yeah.
to be, you know, some type of synergy. Absolutely. Okay, let's get a little behind the scenes as we do. All right. Regina, we're going to get into relationships.
Yes.
Who's in relationships, who's out of relationships, who's single, who's married, who's what? Starting with you, Regina.
Well, we're all single. None of us has a ring, but I'm in a relationship, and I would say it's at a good casual phase right now. But I'm happy in a
That's
relationship.
cool.
Definitely would say it, and I think it's very important because you need grounding in this industry. And I think good, healthy relationships are a positive, not a negative. But like I said, till there's a ring on the finger, we're all single.
Uh-oh, see?
For real.
Okay.
And me? I'm going out with a guy. He's also a singer from back home. He's an Irish R&B singer, and he's over here also to record. And we are going out together 6 years.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it's a long time,
No
but
ring?
still all good. No ring yet. We're concentrating on the careers first, and then after that, hopefully, we'll have a nice Arabian
Oh,
wedding.
yeah, the first checks, get the ring.
Yeah, I know. He's a Arabian
Really?
wedding.
He's a
Yeah,
really
he's a
good
good
guy.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yes.
it's hard to find. He is
Yeah.
a good guy.
I am really, really lucky to say.
And I'm single, and believe me, they're hard to find. I'm the single one in the group. But I'm not complaining.
Single
well, I
and
probably
available.
am, but yeah, I'm single.
Okay.
Blondes don't have more fun all the time, ladies. We don't.
Uh-oh, y'all
A
heard it?
redhead and
Y'all
a
heard
brunette,
it?
and I'm the blonde, and I ain't having the fun with the men.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know I'm the single one, yeah.
Okay, what do you guys want to do outside of your music? As charity events, or do you guys do work with different charities, or what? Let the fans know what's going on other than your music.
All throughout, ever since we've started our career together as a group, we've done charity events, and we concentrate. We spend a lot of time, like the Christina Noble Foundation,
National Children's Day
National
back
Children's
home.
Day. We spend a lot of time doing charities because it's a no-brainer. At this point, if people don't realize that if you're blessed enough to have certain basics in your life, you've got to give back to
That's
those
right.
who
That's right.
who don't have it. It's that simple. And you know what? Everything we do, like I do quite a lot of charity work individually.
Yeah,
Quite
she
a lot
does.
of my income would go to
Yeah.
charities each year. And you know what? I don't get a cookie for that, and neither should anyone else.
Right.
It should be a prerequisite.
Yeah.
Right,
Everyone as a
exactly.
human being is connected, and we need to realize that it needs to be just a prerequisite as a human to give back. Even when you have nothing, give some time. And time, I think, is the most important thing, and we concentrate on that a lot.
And I think
Right.
with music, you can totally give it back. Like back home, there is a thing called the National Children's Day, so it's for a charity for children. So they were doing a tour. So obviously we done the tour ourselves. Like obviously you don't get paid, you're not expecting, and then you pay for your own food, your own transport, and everything like that. And we done that. Like we weren't together long, and like we
I think
had
we've done that twice or something.
full-time
Yeah.
jobs as we do. Like
Yeah.
and we done that as well. So and I think when it comes to kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's also a part of charity that doesn't have to do with necessarily names, like a foundation. I think as a performer, we found very quickly that there were differences in different artists. For instance, when we perform at certain occasions, we would find that there was a whole room full of people,
Kids
and they
coming
just
to see who they love.
yeah,
like,
they just want to talk to people who perform and get some advice, and just have a give you a teddy bear and get a signature and talk a little bit, and that exchange to me is a good charity of the heart.
Exactly.
And we would stay when we performed until every last child who wanted one got an autograph, was spoken to, and literally they would turn out the lights. While the other artists
They
who
just
were maybe
leave.
more settled and had a lot of
Their
money,
cash, and they had
got into their,
nice hotel van
their
waiting for them.
SUVs and their
Where we were getting on the bus for a suitcase.
Yes. They got in their SUVs and limos and were off to the hotel, and we were there as a support act with their fans,
Yeah.
spending time with the people they should have been spending time
That's
with.
what's up.
And it was
they the
weird
ones that's going
'cause-
to support
yeah.
you guys.
I find it strange that they were screaming our names and they wanted the autograph. It made me laugh, not in a ha-ha way, but I was like, oh, why do they want me? Did you know, things like that. And it was like, we'd change our outfits because we're girls, and we'd have, different outfits for every night. And like we had an outfit like where we'd wear really big combats, but we all had different colours, but of course we had the little top.
Right, right.
And they'd be like, oh, we like the orange one, and we like the pink one, and we like the red
blue
one.
Power
And,
Ranger.
yeah, so I think that in itself, I think you have to give back to people who come and see you, because
Right.
if you don't give back to them, you're nobody. They're the people who make you. Without them, you're not really going anywhere. So yeah.
That's what's up.
And if we never went another step, you still need to give back to the people who paid money and for your performance that night. If we never elevated another single step, it's not to do with just the fact that they're going to make us great. That's not how it works. We live, breathe, and eat music.
That's
We're
what's up.
artists. We wake up in the morning singing. We go to sleep singing. We write. We're constantly talking about it. We live and breathe it. So we'll be doing this the rest of our lives, whether or not anything else ever happens.
That's what's up.
And I think when it comes to charity as well, I think a lot of the times people think, they have to do something huge or they have to do something big. If it means there's a guy who's hungry on the side of the road
And you just have a
and
dollar.
you just have a dollar, or like I don't know, like if you just buy them a sandwich.
Or like we used to do, go in and buy them a sandwich.
Or
Or a
you
cup of
see-
coffee, just
And
because
give it to them
sometimes
while
you're
we were
afraid they'll get
touring.
something that isn't necessarily good for them. So it's not a case of, that's what I would want people to know. It's not a case of like, oh,
Has to be
you have
big
to
and
put,
orchestrated.
your name with a big charity, and only
Right.
then will it
There
be
is one
recognized.
charity I would like to support, and that would be the Alzheimer's Association Society back home in Ireland, because my grandmother, she is
Okay.
suffering from Alzheimer's.
Absolutely.
And I may get it one day, that's why I'm a bit ditzy.
Absolutely. Okay, how close are you guys to dropping your first single?
Oh,
Out of
close.
boot camp.
Very close.
Close,
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Can you
So,
feel it?
do
Can
we
you feel
not
do,
it?
exactly
do we
yet
have some music
settled.
here today, right now, that we can listen to and see it?
We don't have
You
it
know
yet.
what?
Come on, y'all. We in the studio. It's
You
something
gotta want
somewhere
it.
around
You
here.
gotta want it. That's what it is.
There's something somewhere around here. As Shane goes over to the boards. As Shane goes over to the boards.
It's mystery.
Mr. Boot Camp.
You have to build that desire. It's just like a man.
gotta
have to
want
start
it.
the flames.
This is old.
Yeah.
That was Boot Camp in the background. Don't get it twisted.
I just ain't Supergirl. I can't fly or make you invisible. I can't lie, I ain't gonna save the world. Oh no, I'm no Supergirl. You may think that I look incredible. One night and I'm unforgettable. That's right, I'm a fucking miracle. But oh no, I'm no Supergirl.
I don't care what you say, still gon' do things the way that I want. Hey, I'm taking back my identity, my sanity, my insecurities have all gone. I'm saying goodbye to the girl I left behind.
Girls like me don't have instructions. Don't wait around for introductions.
Oh no.
I've broken all the rules. Do you know? So please expect the unexpected. Don't break the heart that I protected.
Yeah, like I'm super cool, but I won't be nobody's fool.
I can't save you, I just ain't Supergirl. I can't fly or make you invisible. I can't lie, I ain't gonna save the world. Oh no, I'm no Supergirl. You may think that I look incredible. One night and I'm unforgettable. That's right, I'm a miracle. But oh no, I'm no Supergirl. That's what you get.
Yeah.
That's hot.
A little taste.
Thank you for that. So we're gonna try to get into some photos and see if we can get probably some in the booth or whatever. Anything else that you ladies want to say before we get out of here on the interview?
Big thank you to Shane Wall from BootCamp.
Big thank you to you for our interview.
Backstage access.
Backstage.
We're
Access.
starving, people.
So hungry.
Thank you to Backstage.
Girl bands do eat.
That's right. It's all good. Y'all always have a home here with me, so
Thank you
long as y'all
very
here. We I have 4 million viewers, so some people gonna look at this and y'all gonna get some fans.
He's like,
So-
we got some funny stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna actually put this on and have some people rate it and view it and see what kind of feedback we get.